Hello everybody, Looney Farm Guy here with another beginner's tutorial video. And in this video, we will be showing you how to remove and build uh, placeable objects or buildings. Now this is either selling or buying them, as it were. And it's a little different than Farm Sim 19. So if you had been playing 19, it's a it's a, it's it's a very much of a different process. But if you are new to the game or to the series, then you then you just stay tuned, and hopefully I can present it in a non-confusing manner. Anyways, so to start with, there's a couple of different ways you can access the build menu. The first way, the easiest way that I always use, is you press your L1 button and then the big center button, and it will pull up this where you get to kind of fly around and use your joysticks to move around as if you were just walking around. Now, so you have your little map on the left, and then you have all these kind of menus and stuff at the bottom there. So to navigate this menu thing, your R1 and L1 buttons don't do anything. You use your little D-pad. And as you can see, I am moving it left and right. So these are the different categories. Now let's just start with buildings. Buildings, if you press down on your D, you see that we can highlight the different categories within that, the subcategories within that category. And if we go back to sheds and go down one more, now then we're scrolling through the items in that subcategory. All right. So now that you kind of have that, so now if you go over to say you want to look at silos, now you have to press X on this, and then you go down again, and then you can scroll through that menu. All right, so let's go back up to the top and let's discuss removing a building first. That is kind of one of the first things anybody kind of like, how do I get rid of a building? So first of all, you have to own the land that you're doing it on, because if you go over here and somewhere else, nothing's going to see. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. So we got to go. We got to go back now. When you're in this mode, you see that little circle. You get over there, and you see it change color a little bit. Kind of goes a little blue. This one goes a little blue. Now, again, if you're at the top of we have to go up, 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 up. There we go. Now we're up here. Now you go all the way to the right, and here we go. Here's a little red X demolish. Now when you go over, well, you got to press. Okay, there we go. Now it turns red. You see that it's turning red. Now you can remove buildings. So let's look at this one for instance. You go over there and you press your X, and then it'll say, do you want to sell this for $0? So it's not worth any, but say you don't really just want the decoration there and you just want to get rid of it. So you say yes and okay, and now ba-bing, it is gone. Now what about water? You don't want this water thing here. So we press X again, and it says sell it for $1,500. So now I'm going to say no at this particular moment in time, because there's a warning here. When you're selling buildings and so forth, generally, if we go look at, we get out of here and we go look, I believe it's in containers. Here it is, water tank. It's $3,000 to buy it. So if you want to replace it after you've sold it, it's going to cost you $3,000, but you can only sell it for $15,000. All right. So for instance, let's go back up here and demolish. I want to sell the farmhouse. Yes, I'm going to sell the farmhouse because I get $75,000 for it. And then, wow, it's gone. But now if we back out of there and go down here to farmhouses, there is there's a trailer you can buy for $20,000. So that will give me a sleep trigger. Oh, yes. If you want to adjust, now when you're placing, see, it's kind of like, let's zoom in here a little bit. Okay, it's pointing the wrong way. It's like, oh, how do I move that? Now you use your bumpers, your right and L1 and R1, and that's going to spin around that placeable, and we can, like, we'll be able to place it anywhere we want. But I want to put down a tent because tent's only $50, and it could be like we're tenting out by the swing set here. Another nice little feature. Say you wanted to, like, I don't know, put it in here for some strange reason, and it says, oh, it overlaps. See, it's not going to let me because it's interfering with something, right? Or I want to put it here, like say right next to here. No, there is a little feature where you can press your triangle button. Press your triangle button, and oh, flattening failed. Really? There we go. Don't know why it didn't let me do it there. So now it's like you can literally put it anywhere on your. You want to put it on the roof? Yeah, you can put it on the roof. Bam! Look at that. Put it on the roof. So let's get rid of that. Nope, I don't want to sell that. Okay, so there's a purchase price and a sell price, just like equipment. So now the other thing is to be aware of. So if we get out of the demolish and go back down to, let's go over to sheds here. There we go. Now we talked about slots. There is a slot count for buildings as well. So let's go over to the shelter with back wall. Now we don't see it anywhere, but you see the little squares, 4 slots. So there are slots associated with buildings as well, just like they are with um, equipment. Now, interesting to note, this garage here that we see that's highlighted here, some of them have, as you can see, we can scroll back. This one has solar panels on the roof. And of course, they don't have enough money because we only have $265,000. But if you notice at the bottom right corner there, it says $1,440 per month. That is income you get per month for having this piece of this on your property. But they don't all have that. Notice that's about the only one. Oh, wait a minute. That one has one too. Shelter with solar roof. That gives you $480 a month. That's a little bit smaller. And then, of course, any mods garage packages and so forth that you get in the mod hub, it's not going to appear in your regular store like this, like it used to. It's now going to be in your build menu here. So the other ones, sorry, I am rambling a little bit, but here's all your production factories. If we go down here, this is where you buy your factories. We go back up, selling points. Now these are just places to you can buy a supermarket or a biomass heating plant, a fast food restaurant to sell your stuff. This is where the greenhouses are. Orchards, this is where you're going to plant your grapes and olives. You can do that in this menu. It's you're not planting them, you're actually placing an object that then will grow grapes and olives. That might be a whole different video. And generators. Now, generators are interesting. These are things that you place down and they generate a income. And this is where you will find your government subsidy sign that if you have downloaded it, this is where you will be able to basically place one of these and receive that income as stated on the the information there. So, the other place you can go if you go in your this menu here, which is your little options button, you can go this. Actually, no, it is in your this button, your big button. There you can go to construction as well. So if you go to press your big center button and you go down to those squiggly those three lines at the bottom, you can go to your construction menu there as well. Just so you know. One last thing, there is your animal pens. Decorations are for like fences. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So we got fences, a whole bunch of fences. Oh, and hedges. Then you have your choice of lights, and the others are just decoration of, it looks like sheds, garden sheds, and so forth. And last but not least, landscaping. Now, landscaping is going to be an entirely other video. It's where you can change the raise or lower land. The painting is you can paint the ground different colors, and trees are you can place different trees as a placeable, and plants are like bushes and the meadow. If you plant one thing to note about placing grass, if you wanted to paint grass somewhere and if you wanted that grass to grow so that you can mow it, you have to go into plants and plant meadow or place meadow instead of if you go to painting and the grass, this grass will not grow. It'll just be there and it'll look like it'll be green. It won't grow. Yeah, I think that's about it in a nutshell. Hopefully that kind of gives you a good overview of selling and buying houses and buildings and things like that. So if you, the other thing is, if you go into your own items, it's not going to the buildings are not going to show up in your own items anymore, as it was in Farm Sim 19. Owned items are going to be on the buildings are all and placeables, and everything you do is going to be on the land you own, and you're going to have to go into that construction menu and go around your farm to see what you have for buildings and so forth. There isn't a list of things that you own when you place something as a placeable, just so can be aware of that. And I think that's about it. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and I do hope this video has been informative and helpful in some way, shape, or form. And always remember, it's just a game, so have fun. Till next time, bye for now.